Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Car Wash Magazine Live. I am your host as always, Matt DeWolf, Editor-in-Chief of Car Wash Magazine. Hey, so if you're just joining us after a little bit of our holiday hiatus, or if you're just joining us for the first time, this show is a little bit different from how we started this thing back some 84 or 85 episodes ago. We have learned a lot of things along the way. We are adapting as we go. It's called design thinking for those of you who want to go out and find some literature on the subject. But look, the core mission of this show remains the same. We do this program, friends, for three reasons. Number one really is to connect the car wash community through the power of positive storytelling, right? So that's why we do this every week. Number two is to share those positive and really powerful stories that happen every day in the car wash industry. And number three, frankly, is to give you the insights and inspiration you need to fuel your business. Now, we know, because we pay attention and everybody feels this vibe, right? Everything is really busy. Nobody has any time. We all feel really stretched and really pressed and really over kind of whelmed and burned out a little bit with what's going on. So we need things faster. So that's kind of what we're trying to do here. We're trying to give you insights and inspiration that you can take away immediately for your business and can take back and go. If you want to be able to kind of dive in and go deeper, you can do that. We are still keeping all of those conversations, all that in-depth information that we historically have done, and we're going to release that in podcast episodes for you at Car Wash the Podcast. So make sure you subscribe there to make sure you never miss an episode. So we're going to keep adding bite-sized components and pieces of information that can give you that insight that you want really quickly to this program as we evolve it and grow it. To that end, if there's something you all want to see, if there's something you want us to bring back, or if there's something you want us to do within reason, I'm probably not going to come clean your pits for you. Let us know, mdewolf@carwash.org. Let us know what you're thinking, and let's see if we can continue to make this program special and impactful for you. It is, after all, for you. So, now, last week on this show, we had a little bit of a conversation around a brand, right? And whether or not customers know your name. Fun fact, they don't. 39% remember it. If you want that full episode, you can check that out. But if we're talking about brand, I want to give you all a little bit of a secret. It's a secret, so I don't know if I should share it. We're doing a thing. So we're rebranding Car Wash Magazine. That means you're going to see some logo shifts and some things changing, but we're changing it at the core level. We're going to change the printed piece here. That's going to trickle through. You're going to see that start to trickle out, and you're going to see that in a big way at the Car Wash Show in Nashville, May 9 through 11. So make sure you're paying attention there. Those of you watching this program, I'm giving you another super secret surprise. This is the benefit of watching this show, right? You get to stay up on what's going on. There is an app, a Car Wash Magazine app. We have launched it. It's in the quiet phase. You all watching this program get to go check that out. That's search your app store for Car Wash Magazine. Download the app. Let us know what you think. You can consume all the content from all the things that we do on the media side of the International Car Wash Association. So check that out. Look, there's another big announcement coming for you. I really can't talk about this too much because we are going to announce it in the next 7 days. Join us next week. You'll catch this announcement. There's a big thing coming out for you, a partnership announcement around some tours that are going to start happening. So be on the lookout for that. Come join us next Thursday at 11:30 Central to hear more about that. And remember, this show, we said the three reasons. This is going to be about helping you stay up to date in this industry and doing it fast, giving you the inspiration you need. So let's move on into some headlines this week before we get into our conversation with Erin Noonan from G&G LED. First and foremost, I want to say congratulations to Waterway Car Wash. They were named a 2022 Top Workplace winner. Again, last week we talked about Crew Car Wash earning something similar. This is really important, friends. This is something for you and your business that can really make you stand out in a time when it is really, really challenging to find people. So kudos to Waterway. Always love watching what they're doing. Zips down in the southeast here has announced some acquisitions. They're now one of the largest express companies in North Carolina. Kudos to them for their growth. Here's one that's interesting. So Express Wash Concepts, they've acquired CleanCo. Okay, so that seems interesting to me. I am really excited to see what happens with this acquisition. Cleanco, big in the auto dealer kind of market and supplying service there to the washes. So I think Express Wash Concepts is going to start there, but I can guarantee you that there's going to be a wealth of knowledge and information that gets kind of transmuted there across those organizations. So what does this mean? I think, friends, what this means is we should all be watching for a lot of growth coming from Express Wash Concepts in the future here. So keep your eyes peeled on that. Now, the last thing that I think I want to talk about with you all this week, look, I got a lot on my mind. These things happen. So last thing I want to tell you guys and gals out there is the Car Wash Hall of Fame nominations are open. You can get there at carwashmagazine.com. There's a link there for you. If you may have received the email from ICA as well. Hall of Fame winners are people who have had a tremendous impact on this industry, on the International Car Wash Association, and really have given of themselves selflessly to this industry. So if you know somebody like that, if you think there's somebody we should honor with what is the highest association honor, make sure you let us know. That application process is online. You can get there, like I said. Now, let's talk LED lights for just a few moments, shall we? I'm going to give you, this is about a 3-minute conversation that we have with Erin Noonan. Again, that full episode is going to release this afternoon. We've got that in the hopper with the podcast. But this is just a little foray into it to give you one thing that you can take away to your business today and implement right away. So check out this conversation with Erin Noonan from GNG LED. There was a time in the car wash industry where lighting was just a thing. It was something you had to do. You had to have things that you could flip the switch on, and maybe you got a little advanced and you had some lighting in your arches, or maybe you had one maybe color feature somewhere. Mm-hmm. Today, lighting has become way more important for lots of reasons, one of which is just the kind of this idea of your space needs to look clean, and one of the ways to make your space look clean is to put a lot of light on it and make it shine bright. I mean, that's kind of a thing. The other thing with it is that there's all this move toward architectural lighting that's happening. So it's no longer just about what's going on inside the wash, but you're seeing lots of companies really putting on impressive light shows and accent lighting and getting into lighting design and stuff that is like, 10 years ago, I would have thought, no way is this coming, right? Like, no way. But here we are. So talk to me a little bit about why you think that kind of change has occurred.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you as far as the aesthetic. The curb appeal is obviously, you want your space to look nice. Yeah. You want to have an appearance of like a safe, brightly lit place. It's productive for working and all that kind of stuff. But once you start incorporating this architectural lighting, like you're talking about, you take it a step further. At that point, your site is marketing for itself. You're attracting attention from every car that drives past you, which, I mean, white lights are cool and they do get some attention, but once you start incorporating these colors, that's whenever the eyes really start drawn to your sites. You're creating these customer experiences where, your marketing is done through your customers. They are actually doing your marketing for you. So you get into like the Google ads. So I went and looked up some reviews on Google for just several car washes I knew that had cool light shows in them. I was amazed by how many people mentioned the light shows as part of their 5-star reviews. That's really important. That's valuable. Like you literally didn't do anything but put up a light fixture, and now your customers are blasting the good words for you. So there's a lot to be said for that. You're drawing in people's perceived value of what they're getting whenever they're going through their car wash. They're realizing now, like, all right, so you're applying this trifoam chemical. Well, now they have like definitive designation that that's happening, right?
Yeah.
So whenever they're going through the car, they can't necessarily see all the actions that are happening, all this stuff that you take the time and investments to put into your car wash. But whenever you draw attention to each of those individual functions, well, then they realize like they're actually getting their bang for their buck too. So that's another reason that, the LED colored lighting comes really valuable to you. So
yeah, I mean, that experience side is huge because especially in a market that is getting more and more competitive and will only continue to be so, finding ways to stand out is super important. And I think one of the ways you can do that, and you just hit on it, is really make sure that you put yourself inside the car and put yourself inside the vehicle and realize what that experience is like for people, because that's how you're going to get them to come back. And if you can hit on all those senses, we've got, obviously you want to get a clean car, but that's like bare bones these days. You have to do that. If you got to deliver on that. But then it's like, what are you doing with scent? What are you doing with light? What could you do with sound? Who knows? There's lots of opportunities. So I think that it's really cool, and I think it's a super fun time to be looking at all this stuff.
It's all about differentiation. I mean, we all know there's a car wash on every corner
Yeah.
now, and that's just going to continue to saturate the market. But how can you one up yourself above everybody else when you're all making a clean car? You have to find a way to really set yourself apart from those guys, and that's a pretty easy way to do it. So,
all right, now that's that conversation. That again, it's a tidbit. It's a 3-minute piece of that. There is the full episode going to launch later this afternoon, so be on the lookout for that if you want to talk more about LED lights. Look, what I failed to mention at the start of this show is that we will not be getting rid of. This means we will continue to do for you our expert panels. So one time every month, we're going to have an expert panel on for you, whether that's covering marketing, talent management, some operations, anything that you really need for your business to kind of dive into and help you be better tomorrow. We're going to cover that. So we're giving you one of those per month that is super dedicated, super focused, and you can schedule that into your time so you can really maximize that, ask a lot of questions, and talk to people who are really smart in the space. So be on the lookout for those. We've got one coming up in a couple of weeks for you where we're going to talk about menu design and all the things that we do that maybe are a little bit old-fashioned when it comes to how we design and lay out our menus and how we treat those and what purpose they really serve in our business. So stay tuned for that. That's coming in a couple of weeks. We'll get you some information about dates, times, and how you make sure that you don't miss that pretty soon. Before we go, special shout out, Tom Tilford. Always good to see you, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. And friends, look, when you're out there, there's just one thing you've got to do every single week when you're out there this weekend killing it, washing cars, and that is keep it clean.